The 9 to 5 grind is a rat race. I'm not saying stay there forever. Most people that do stay there for 20 plus years have a tremendous resentment for that. If you don't work a 9 to 5 in your life, let me state this another way. If you can't work for 8 hours straight, you're not going to accomplish anything in your life. If you can't work for 8 hours straight, you're not going to accomplish anything in your life. So if you don't know right now whether or not you have the capacity to work for 8 hours straight, go get a 9 to 5. Like, figure out what it takes for you to be personally motivated to stay on task for a long period of time. That's the benefit of school. That's the benefit of a 9 to 5. That's the benefit of all of the systems that have been built to sculpt humans to become baseline useful for society, is a long enough stretch of time where you are concentrated on one thing and getting that thing done as best you can. So those of you that are like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur because you're lazy, it could work. I mean, you could get really lucky and find some really smart people and not pay them very much and get like really far in life. Billionaires in general, and this is directly from Dan Martell, they are people that know their skill sets quite well, but that's usually because they've spent a tremendous amount of time building that technical skill, whatever it is, and they are not interested in learning new skill sets in order to accomplish the tasks that they need finished. So basically, like, they'll find someone that has the skill set before they'll go and learn it themselves. But the only way that they've gotten there in life is they know what it's taken them to get that skill set, right? They have been able to sit there for eight to 10 hours. Like 8 hours is minimum. Like, you start getting to 10 or 12 hours, then we're really working. You know, then we're taking care of some business. And when it comes to men in society, like, dude, it's the funniest thing to me is like, oh, the guys including myself, when I was in high school and when I was in college, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting these girls, dude. Like, what the fuck, you know? And I was just sitting there like getting high. Like, no shit, you're not getting girls. You don't have any responsibility. Like, you're not a responsible person. Women are looking for responsible people. They're looking for responsible men. So take on a fucking responsibility. Like, be present, you know, for your family, for your job, for your friendships, for your significant other, whatever it is. So the 9 to 5 grind is a rat race. I'm not saying stay there forever. Most people that do stay there for 20 plus years have a tremendous resentment for that, but use it as a way to build your skill set. In particular, my suggestion would be, if you're going to get a 9 to 5, make sure that you're working under someone that you actually kind of want to be like to some degree, because they will teach you the things in life that another person that might pay you more but is kind of a shitty individual can't. It's the same concept of, if you think back to your life and you think about the professors that you really enjoyed, they weren't just really knowledgeable about their field. They were just interesting, cool people that you wanted to learn wisdom from, and they happen to put those two concepts together, right? So if you're going to go and get a 9 to 5 and you have a skill set and you're fairly intelligent, make sure that your boss is someone that wants to mentor you and like teach you some things that perhaps might be useful for other things in your career until you figure out what it is that you want to do. Now, the funny thing is, people are like, oh, I'm going to go start my own business. Bro, if you start your own business, you're working more than a 9 to 5. Don't be under any illusions that you're going to start a business and you're going to somehow work less. No, bro, that is not how that works. Like, starting your own business, the only people that start their own businesses and are really successful, well, the only people that start their own businesses are the ones that got fired. They're the ones that are like or quit their job. They're the ones that are so sick and tired of their boss telling them what to do and how they did things that they're like, dude, I'm going to go and start my own shit. The funny thing is, 2-3 years later, they're usually exactly like their boss. Because then they realize the difficulties that their boss had to go through to hire people, to make sure they meet ends meet, to make sure that they're providing services, to make sure that they're reaching out to people, make sure their marketing's good, make sure their operations are good. Like, bro, this whole concept of like entrepreneurship being like the lazy way out, bullshit. If you're lazy, you might as well just keep a 9 to 5. Really. Like, what is another common thing they say? The CEO of a company is oftentimes the shittiest job you can have, because you will deal with all of the bullshit problems that all of the most intelligent people in your company can't solve. You are literally distilled the shittiest things all the time. And you don't get paid nearly as much as the person that's second or third in command. So take that as it is. Like that is the reality of this life. So those of you that are like bashing the whole 9 to 5, bro, like get to work and respect the people that are the leaders in your company. Like they have to work their asses off and they're not getting paid for half the bullshit that you get paid for. Oh, it's way hard to start your own stuff, dude. Like way harder to start your own stuff. You got to build everything from scratch. That's what I'm saying. Just like if you're right out of school and you don't know what you want to do, starting your own business is not the way to go. If you're if you're unsure and you don't have any like proper building blocks or a strategy, go work for someone else that's smart that you want to be like. Figure some things out with them. Ask them what their problems are and solve those problems and keep solving those problems. And then you'll get to a point where you understand somewhat what they're doing on a daily. And then if you want to get out of it, then go and start your own business. And the other thing is financially, starting your own business is so stupid because there's a tremendous amount of, what are they called, baby boomers that have businesses that are already grossing revenue, that already have a market, that already have clients, that already have a reputation, that all you have to do is go and work for them for a couple of years and be like, and accumulate some assets, accumulate some income, and be like, dude, can I buy your business off of you? They don't have a fucking plan on how to sell their business. They don't have a plan of like keeping it going, but it's like this tremendous wealth machine that's built an entire family, right? Don't start shit from scratch. Don't make the mistake that I've made and so many thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs have made. Do the research, find something that already kind of does what you want to do and go into that thing, understand it, and ideally take it over. That's a way more efficient route because you'll get paid the entire time and you'll learn a bunch of stuff the entire time and you'll understand how something works from someone that's already functioning the thing that you want to build. It's like this. If you want to start a cupcake shop, or how about this? If you want to start like a funk hip hop bar in a random place in Ohio because you know that there's a lot of people that would enjoy that and you know that you can absolutely crush it, yeah, that's something where you might want to go and start that alone or have like an investor or something because that doesn't exist, right? But the vast majority of people, I would argue, the vast majority of ideas, no matter how unique you think it is, there's been another couple thousand human beings that have thought about that idea beforehand, and there's a very good chance that if you do a thorough enough search, you'll find something that isn't exactly the thing that you're looking for, but is very, very similar, that will give you a lot more security if you don't have the capital to actually just go out and build your own shit. Like, I'm telling you right now, this whole idea of being a young entrepreneur and like going out and doing stuff, it's really good for your discipline. It's really bad for your mental. Like you really need to have people around you that are giving you good advice and security when it comes to income. Like I couldn't do any of this stuff if I wasn't a dentist, dude. Like you think someone that doesn't have, that could just sit out here and make these videos and do this whole personal brand thing without income? Like, no, like this is ridiculous. Yeah, so like get your shit straight. Like the reality is you got to have income first. You got to have stability, you got to have structure, and then build from there. Right? Then you can take some risks. But if you just don't have the bare basics, like what the hell are you going to do, you know? Now the opposite mentality also, and I'll throw this caveat in because it's so important. We should know how to activate our survival instincts. And I'm quite bad at this because I'm like a little risk averse. I never I don't like roller coasters and like scary movies and like, I don't know. I just don't like things that are kind of chaotic all the time. It's a really powerful thing to know how to put yourself mentally in a corner, to convince yourself that if you don't do this thing, like the whole world's going to fall out from underneath you. That's such a powerful thing to be able to exist in for an extended period of time, because you'll be able to do shit that you otherwise would never do when you put yourself in a corner. So that's the other side of the coin of like the safety of the 9 to 5 if you know that you're someone that gets a thrill out of taking risks and like gets an adrenaline rush, there's nothing quite like starting a business. There's nothing quite like throwing down a bunch of money on some building and like rehabbing it and then finding people. Like there's nothing quite like having no money in the bank and then going and knocking on every single door that you possibly can and going and hitting up every single business owner that you possibly can. I mean, Dylan, dude, you literally came, my videographer behind this camera right now, dude, he was sitting outside in the lobby in my, I'm pretty sure like I didn't even look at his Indeed application. I'm pretty sure I just like exited out of that shit. I was like, fuck that. And he just shows up in my lobby at the dental office and he sits there for, I'm pretty sure like 30, 45 minutes, like a long time. Yeah. And mind you, like my dental assistant told me, hey, there's a guy that's here to see you. And I was like, yeah, but I have work to do, right? And so the 1 second that I went into the lobby, right, Dylan immediately stood up and he was like, yo, you got a second? And he followed me. And I was like, yeah, come, let's walk and talk, right? Like there's nothing quite like that in life, right? Closed mouths do not get fed. That's fun. That's like taking your life by your own hands and being like, dude, I'm gonna go do this stuff. Like when you got that type of mentality, yeah, a lot of the stuff that's like that a lot of people are afraid of becomes fun. So that's kind of the other side. Like it all depends on how much risk you're willing to take and how much of a kick you get out of, I don't know, like breaking shit and like seeing like how stuff is constructed, you know. So actualize your potential, catalyst. This world needs you.